Ways No Culture. Andy and Amo here. Today we're going to be talking about who should play Cable in Deadpool 2. Amo, who is Cable for anybody that might not have ever read anything about it?
So for those of you who don't know and are huge fans of the X-Men films and franchise as a whole, Cable is Nathan Summers, aka Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor's son. Now, Madeline Pryor is the clone of Jean Grey, if I am not mistaken.
I do believe that's
And his birth, Nathan's birth, was orchestrated by Mr. Sinister in an aid to create a mutant that is powerful enough to stop Apocalypse. So, just to put into perspective how strong Cable is, Cable's actually fought Wolverine to stalemate, beat Captain America in a fistfight, and defeated Iron Man and the Red Hulk. Now, I've missed a bit of history. Apocalypse actually infected Cable with some sort of techno-virus, so Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, had to send him 2,000 years in the future with some random sisterhood in order to save his life. Have I covered all the bases?
He's one bad man.
He is a badass man.
Badass man.
So I think I read the Cable and Deadpool comic in 2004 onwards, but that was 10 years ago, and I've forgotten absolutely everything about it. But I'm still a huge fan of both characters from the... Well, Cable's in the 90s animated show, if anyone watched the X-Men stuff. Did you watch that?
Yes, I did.
Of course. And it's just going to be a privilege and a real nerdgasm experience to see him on screen, I think.
Who doesn't want a nerdgasm all over the cinema?
Exactly. So who should play said Cable? Andy.
Ooh. Well, you see, I have did a little bit of research and had a look and see who's one, rumoured, and two, who I think probably should be Cable.
Do you want to go tit for tat? Because I've got a list as well.
I think we should. I think we really should. Now,
there may be some crossover.
It's going to be
true comic fashion.
I think there'll be yes. Well, let's have a look. Now, number one I saw on the list who got linked, and I'm not sold on it. Ron Perlman from Sons of Anarchy and Hellboy. Yes,
he's a bit too old now, isn't he?
He's far too old to play it now. It's a shame. 10 years ago,
because you're a massive Hellboy fan.
I love Hellboy. And I've seen the synopsis for what they want to do for Hellboy 3. If they did it, I would be nerdgasming it all over the car park.
I think Ron Perlman has the perfect Cable voice as well. You know, sort of low, gruffy kind of voice.
Yes, it is just a shame that he's probably about 10 years past it. Another one that I...
Wait.
Okay.
My turn. One that you might like, I chose this for your wrestling interests, Kevin Nash.
Ooh.
Kevin Nash is an absolute tank, has silver hair.
Yes.
And is a little bit funny from what I remember from the older WWE days.
But if you've ever actually seen... Do you remember was it 2004 Punisher movie with John Travolta and the other actor's name?
I have. Was Kevin Nash in that?
Kevin Nash was in that movie. He was a tall, blonde dude.
Right.
Whose acting ability was...
Shiitake mushrooms.
It was not good.
Right. Well,
in all honesty, I would say it was... Without swearing... It was
nice.
It was awful.
So you don't think Kevin Nash should fill the role? There's some better choices out there.
There are some better choices. Well, another one. This one I'm going to go with who I think shouldn't be first.
Right.
Next one I've heard is Mel Gibson. This is purely going to be rumour.
If this was 1980 something, then he would be the perfect man for this role, an absolute megastar. But in his current climate of an anti-Semitic drunk fool. Nobody wants you, Mel, so
yeah, I mean,
bugger off.
With that kind of rant, he could have played Deadpool a few years ago.
Very true.
But I don't think you can get away with it today.
I don't think he's as sexually ambiguous as Deadpool, though, which is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Unlike
see
Ryan Reynolds, who is very much.
Yeah, I couldn't see Mel Gibson with a little hand telling a woman to get out of the room because it's going to get weird.
So, do you want to go through your no list first of all, then?
I've only got one more that I've seen that was a definite no, and another one I've seen was Russell Crowe.
No, just
yes.
No.
He's a no for me too.
Yeah,
but it was just an interesting name that I saw, and I thought
I just can't take him seriously anymore since I got forced to watch Les Mis and have to listen to him sing for 40 minutes in total.
Never tortured myself that badly.
No, I'm a masochist, so you know, gotta love it.
Have you got any on your list that you?
The big one. When it first got announced, it was Stephen Lang was the big one pushing for the role himself. Did his own little social media campaign to try and get himself more involved, and these never really work. These sort of, like these campaigns, petitions, they very rarely ever work, and for actors getting roles, unlikely.
But with Stephen Lang, I've seen him in Avatar, Terra Nova, the new film that's coming out.
What's he been in since Avatar that's of note and of decent acting?
The new movie that's just come out, it's a horror movie, Don't Breathe, has Stephen Lang in it, and he's pretty badass in that movie.
Is he the blind guy?
Yes, he is.
All right, okay, I'll give that a watch.
And it's an amazing film, and he's just menacing as anything.
Because based on Avatar, because Cable's supposed to be the straight guy to Deadpool's quirky weirdness, and I can sort of see him in the role. He looks the part. He, I think he could have an occasional Batman has an occasional comedic line. So I compare Cable to Batman quite a lot in terms of being that sort of brooding type, man on a mission kind of person.
Well, I can see what you're saying with that. I don't know whether he'll be able to pull off that comic part.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen fairly strict down the line with him. I mean, even in Terra Nova, because it was a TV program that only lasted a season.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
Any comedic lines he'd have would be more like Drax in Guardians.
Yes.
So he could pull that off, I think. So I think Stephen Lang should be in the mix for sure. I think there may be some better options.
He is up there for me.
Yeah.
Do you want to go for anyone next?
Jon Hamm. From Mad Men.
Yes, I know the man.
Yeah. You a Mad Men fan?
Not really. I tried to watch a few episodes. I couldn't get over the casual racism in.
Fair enough.
Yes, and it annoyed me some.
But I think Jon Hamm in his various other roles, he's shown comedy here and there. I think he did. Was it Amy Schumer? No, it was in Bridesmaids. Sorry, he's shown a bit of humour there and various other films. And he's the Deadpool creators or Deadpool directors' biggest guy for the role. He really wants Jon Hamm to be. I think Jon Hamm would nail this role. To be honest, he's probably he'd be the odds-on favourite. I think for sure because he's got that voice again. He's got the look. I think he's got enough comedy to pull off any one-liners or little quips with Ryan Reynolds. He'd work very well opposite Ryan Reynolds, I feel.
I don't think I've ever seen of him. I think he's been fairly... Yeah, he's fairly deadpan, so that might work. That actually might come across really well.
But look for his slight comedy. I think he's very much the odds-on favourite for the role thus far.
Okay, all right. Well, next one. And I quite like this one. Carl Urban.
Oh, Judge Dredd. All right, Dredd is the most underrated superhero film in the entirety of mankind.
Yeah, this is a conversation for another video.
Actually, quickly, I think didn't this come out after Avengers and Dark Knight Rises, something around that time.
Dredd.
Well, yeah, Dredd came out at a time. It came out just after two massive Marvel/DC super films.
It was around the same time. I can't remember the exact date of stuff.
I remember seeing it, and I thought that was better than both the big blockbuster films. Controversial, but I bloody love that story. It's
I love
and
that movie. Love that movie.
I love any films with a tower and the character has to work his way up the tower to get to the main boss at the top. I think that structure, since Bruce Lee's Game of Death or Big Boss, was it?
Well, it's old school video gaming.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
Where you are literally fighting your way up the levels.
It's just appealing to every single bit of me. But I think Carl Urban would be great. We've seen him Dredd. He can do gruff and deadpan and man on mission, that sort of role. Comedic as well, like we saw him in Red.
Yeah.
He has a bit of banter with Bruce Willis in that.
Well, I quite like him in the Star Trek franchise. I think he's okay in that.
Yeah.
But little less in the comedy scene of it all, because I think that can fall a little bit flat on occasion.
I just think, even though I'm a huge Carl Urban fan in mostly everything he does, I just think I can see Jon Hamm bouncing off Ryan Reynolds slightly better.
Yeah, I am with you on that one. I think it might fall down a little bit when it comes to it, but for me, he's definitely up there. But I've got one or two more that I think that should be in front of Jon Hamm.
Shall I go next?
You go next.
Liam Neeson.
Oh, God, no.
Qui-Gon taken.
Oh, God, no.
Why not?
Oh, God, no.
Why not?
Unless someone tags his daughter, he's not going to do anything in that whole movie.
Have you seen the fan art online, though, of him as Cable with the glowing eye and the white hair? He looks perfect.
Yeah, but I'm sure out there someone could make me look good as Cable.
Very true. But I saw it and I was like, this could work. And I just think he'd work. He'd work really well opposite Ryan Reynolds. Liam Neeson is funny.
Yeah.
I've seen him in
Did you ever see A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Not the best movie in the world.
Yeah, that was... I blame that on Seth MacFarlane more than Liam Neeson.
Oh, but come on, Seth. That was a great movie.
That's not a great movie.
I liked it.
Oh, God, Andy.
I'm the only person I know that
bicker on this bloody YouTube channel. So Liam Neeson, I think, again, might be a bit too old for the role.
I think he's older.
Yeah.
Right.
Any others?
Next one.
Go on.
I've seen. And not that I'd put him highly, but he'd definitely be in the mix for me if I was casting this movie. Gerard Butler. From 300.
A Scottish Cable.
What we've seen from it's not White House. Is it White House Down?
Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen.
White House Down.
White House Down. Wasn't that the one with? That was the one with.
There's no film called White House Down.
There is. There is White House Down.
You're looking at Black Hawk Down.
No. There is a White House Down, but it's Channing Tatum So scratch that one from the record.
Okay, right.
But yeah,
I'm keeping it in.
I could see him as
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Gerard Butler is funny as well. He's
Yeah.
done in these little rom-com roles with Jennifer Aniston.
Exactly.
And
So
that sort of
he's
stuff.
got comedic timing.
What was that film with Jennifer Aniston? It was really like subpar rom-com stuff that I got forced to watch again.
I have to admit, I've watched that movie. I didn't hate it.
It was
It's where
fine.
he
It was fine.
He tracked her down. He had to take her back for a bounty. He was a bounty hunter or
Yeah,
something.
Bounty Hunter. That's the film.
Was it bounty hunter?
Yeah, so
I tripped onto that one.
But yeah, I think Gerard Butler would be perfect for the role. He's got the obviously
Very good.
built for it, physique-wise. He's got again the good voice for it. White his hair up, put a golden flashing eye in him. I think that'd work well. He'd work well with Reynolds as well, for sure.
I think it would. I think a great comedic timing. Have you got any more on your list?
Yes, I have Bruce Campbell.
Ooh.
Now I know he's a bit too old, but have you seen Ash vs. the Evil Dead, the TV show?
Movies, yes. TV show, not as yet.
Okay.
He's definitely on my
TV
to-do
show.
list.
The TV show is brilliant. I've watched the first 6 episodes, I think, so I'm a bit behind. But if they wanted to go for a more like comedic route than just like a normal straight guy character, Bruce Campbell, man, he's got it down. If they want to do like an older Cable, but a funny as hell Cable to really battle Ryan Reynolds in the battle of wits and.
Well, anything I know about Cable, that he's an aged character slightly, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely older.
Maybe that could be the age range that you're looking at.
You never know.
I mean,
but I think that'd be the funnier option to go for sure.
Yeah, that'd be good. I wouldn't mind that as much.
Are you done?
Right, I've got 2 more.
I've got.
Do I have 2 more? Yeah, I have 2 more.
I have 3 more. Shall I go?
You go next.
I've got Sean Bean down.
Oh dear God, no. He'd die. He
Yeah,
just
no.
died.
Do you know the one film that he survived in?
Yes,
Go on.
I know it. Troy.
No, there's 2 then. Silent Hill.
I'd never watched Silent Hill.
No, I think Sean Bean again. Look fine. Needs to probably like hit the gym a bit.
The entire movie of Troy, I was waiting for him to die.
Yeah.
I was like going,
Anticlimactic.
yeah, a little bit.
But that was my just like a random one thrown into the mix there for Mike. Because I wanted to get 10. He was my number 9. So
2 more left.
yeah.
So I do see that we both have one that is very similar.
Yes.
So I'll pitch. You knock it out of the park.
Okay.
The captain himself, Nathan Fillion.
Just, it has to be.
No.
I just want to see him in more things. Because he doesn't get cast
100%.
in, well, much. But he's in Castle, isn't he? And that's it.
It's cancelled now.
So
Mate, at the minute, no, he now.
get Nathan Fillion in projects.
Nathan.
Yeah.
He, at the moment, he's doing a project with Alan Tudyk, the Con Man TV series.
Okay, cool.
But it's a web series. I've seen the first series. I'm not too sure if season 2's out yet, but it is highly hilarious.
Again, comedic timing.
Yes.
The look could be sorted.
Now I know.
Opposite Reynolds.
Does it-
it's just so good. It'd be so good. Just entertainment value. A joke every second.
And,
was Deadpool went by. This would be a joke every half second.
Now I do know
So good.
that there's a fair shout that he's probably the least likely on the list to get it.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So.
Well, Sean Bean. Least likely.
Yeah,
Put him
quite
in 9.
He's definitely above Sean Bean because I mean Nathan will go, well, I won't die in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my number 1 choice is Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Who the hell's that?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is the father of the Winchester Boys in Supernatural. He's
Never
in,
watched it. I've not watched the longest running sci-fi show
He's
on
in
the planet.
Watchmen. He's the comedian. Is it the comedian in Watchmen?
Oh right, I know exactly who you're talking about now. Yeah, okay, I can sort of see that.
He's
yeah.
in the new Batman vs Superman. He's the dad for all of about 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, got you.
100%. I would have him. I think he's the he's obviously in the new Walking Dead as well.
Mm-hmm.
We walking around with the bat, waiting to bash somebody in. No one knows yet.
Yeah,
But
I can see that.
he would be my number 1 because he's just got that angry look about him and he's got that stern where I think that'd be brilliant to play off.
Yeah.
I think with Ryan Reynolds' quirky madman little routine,
Yeah.
I think it bounce. I could see a real deadpan Jeffrey Dean Morgan just bouncing that straight back.
He'd be really fun to work with as well. I'm sure.
Oh yes.
The cast on this film and the last film must have had an amazing time. I think they would with him for sure. Not my number 1 though. I still think Jon Hamm should be a superhero in some form, shape or another. So they he'd be my top, and then Nathan Fillion would be my 3rd. Number 2, I think would have to go for. I think I'd be content with Stephen Lang, but I want acting ability. So yeah, Jon Hamm would be my actually no, Jon Hamm, Liam Neeson, Nathan Fillion. Those are my 3.
Oh, all right. My 3. Number 1, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, as I've said. I would put Stephen Lang in there. I do think he's got exactly what it takes to bring that home. And Gerard Butler, I think he'd definitely be in there. Honorary to the list should be Nathan Fillion because he's on every list of mine.
Yeah.
Not every list.
But that's who we think Cable should be in Deadpool 2. What about you? Let us know in the comments below. And until next time, nerds out. We haven't come up with an outro.
Outro.